What's up, Facebook? What's up? Maybe up whatever it takes. What's up? Derek's on, Dwayne's on. What's up, brothers? What is up? What is up? What is up? How are you feeling? How are you doing? That's what I'm talking about. Brad's on. What's up, Brad? Michael's on. Hey, good to see you, buddy. What was the drop your sled group in there? I was supposed to give a shout out to the I don't know. It was a weird word. I can't remember it, but I was supposed to give him a shout out a while ago. I want to do it now. Anyway, what is up? What is up? How are you doing? How are you feeling today? I'm Scott. What is this? This is Driven. It's a show that connects you for people who are crushing it, who want to crush it, and people that don't even know what crushing it is. We are sledders, and we are building businesses around our passions. I've always been completely astounded by people that are driven, from the well-knowns to the unknowns, the people that have really crushed it in life, that excel at everything they do, whether we know their names or we don't. You can always think to yourself, and you always know somebody that's crushed it at something, either being a dad, being a businessman, you know, just being a friend or being a great person. We can all think of a person that's crushing it at doing that, and I always admired that, and I want to honor those people, and I want to give them respect. Brad, how's your new pad, bro? It's all right. It's a complete disaster. I'm all over the place. I don't know where anything is, and it freaks me out because I'm pretty, I like to know where my stuff's at. Like when I'm thinking of a book and I want to go look at that book, I like to know where it is, and at this point, I really don't know where it is. Can you hear me? Can you see me okay? I got a new setup here. Don't really know. Got a ceiling fan now. Views changed. Whoop, whoop. What's up, everybody? How you doing? How you feeling? Title of this show, you gotta check your load. Come on, man. You gotta check your load before you take off. You don't want to be taking a bunch of stuff with you you don't even need. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, it ain't much. It's just a house. I love it. It's good. It gives our place. Lay my head. Do my show, do my thing. I got my desk. If you guys saw my story earlier, I had the ironing board out with some stuff on it. I got the desk in. I got no bolts in it, so if it falls over and you guys hear a huge crash, it's because I didn't take time to bolt this together before I put all my stuff on it. So it's all good. How's everyone doing? Adrian's on. Mug's on. Thanks, brother. Whoops. You'll have that. Boom, we're back on. Brad's on, Mike's on, Mark's on, Derek's on, Kyle's on. Kyle, dude, I want, if you're on and you can hop on here and share some Tony Robbins energy with us, man. Just come, I'm going to throw you, if you can, I want to feel, you guys are probably still going. That boy goes to like midnight no matter what he's doing. So right on. All right, check your load. So that's what I'm talking about today. I didn't really have time with all the move and everything. Typically I reach out to people. I'm like, hey, you want to come on the show? Talk about what you got going on. You know, I didn't have time to do that this week. I had a lot going on. And I apologize, but I'm just going to try to drop some value. And in case somebody wants to come on and talk about something, you're more than welcome to. Just throw me an ad. I'll bring it up. I'd love to hear what you got going on tonight and maybe connect with you. So with that said, the title of this show is, I can't tonight, buddy, tomorrow. Oh, dude. Hey, drop some Kyle, my boy, and his fiance Tennille, they were just at a Tony Robbins event today, and I guarantee when they come on, they're going to rain some fire tomorrow. So if you want to catch that, hey, Bernie, brother, thank you, man. I catch your replays as well. If you want to catch that tomorrow night, maybe we'll do a special Driven, and Kyle can share some Tony Robbins nuggets with you, and if you hear me say the name Tony Robbins and you're like, self-help guru, like you are the person that I want to talk to right now. Because I was that same way. I had that same mindset, like that self-help bullshit, as we used to call it. That whole scene, it wasn't for me. And I'll tell you what, I wasn't getting the results I wanted in my life. And so I plugged in some of that stuff, and I guarantee you what, things started to change. So if you hear me say I'm gonna have a friend come on tomorrow that was at a Tony Robbins event, and you're like, what's this guy talking about? Just tune in. That's the least I could do, is ask you to tune in, listen to 5 minutes of it, and maybe it rings a bell with you. Transformation from 5,500 people in 4 hours. Man, the energy must be off the charts there. I love it. So with that, if I can connect with you and you can just take one bit of information from me, is that self-help. And they don't even really call it self-help anymore. They kind of, it's help self. It's like, take something, it's somebody that's obviously winning, and they're trying to help you by telling you some things that might speed your process up a little bit to get through some challenges, and you can hear them and see them, and maybe it's one of those types of people that you're not familiar with listening to, and they say one thing and you're like, yes, that rings a bell with me. And that's happened to me so many times recently. It's like, I've struggled with that thought for years, and then this guy just knows about it already. So mentorship is wisdom without waiting, and a lot of those people that have dove into that industry and have really embraced what it can do for you, like, it's real stuff, and we are real sledders, and we are real people, and they are talking about real stuff that can help you along the way. So that'd be cool. We'll set that up tomorrow night. Drop some love. Send me a message if you want to see that tomorrow. Tony Robbins. Back to my load. You gotta check your load. So the reason I brought this topic up, and it's kind of funny, and I'll give him a little shout out. His name's Devin Hess. He has a vlog. He's a sledder. He's from Utah. He just kind of got going, and I was watching his 4th vlog, and he was up. He took some snow bikes up for the first time, and he lost his gas can. So they got the bikes. If you know, you know. If you don't, anyway, they take gas with them. And he lost his gas can, dumped it all out, and he's like, "Guess you can't bungee cord that stuff to hold it through the day." And I'm like, "Duh!" Like, no, you can't bungee cord. Yeah, buddy, pack it right. Don't take too much, but take enough, but don't take too much. So he's packing his gas can on there, and he lost it. And then I was like, yeah, you don't bungee cord anything to a snowmobile. It will not stay on there. No matter, you could put 100 bungee cords on it, and it won't stay. There's just too much going on. Tony Robbins would be awesome. Do it, man. Go, Brad. The events is where transformations happen. Get there. Todd, thanks for coming on. So he lost his gas can, and it triggered a thought. I'm like, you got to check your load, man. And the first thing is, bungee cords are never sufficient really to tie anything down. Maybe hold a gate shut, but the sun's going to bleach it, and your dog, he going to get out. You're going to lose your dog because of the bungee cords. So you got to check your load, if you feel what I'm saying. So it got me thinking. I'm like, okay, and I kind of like to tie everything back to sledding. And here's what I got to, is checking your load. How many times have you prepared for a situation and you're like, okay, I already know what the answer is going to be. I've already asked for a raise 12 times. They said no every time, but I'm going to go in and ask one more time, even though I already know he's going to say no. And you're preparing your mind to hear no already. And you're taking baggage from the last 10 times you already asked for the raise, the time off, whatever it may be. It's not about money. It's just about asking for something, talking to somebody, dealing with somebody. If you go in with a preconceived notion, and I'm extremely guilty of this. I mean, I did this for far too long, and I'd get into a conversation with people, and I would already picture in my mind what I thought they were going to say for no reason at all. No reason whatsoever. Cameron's on, Todd's on, thank you guys. I would do this, and for no reason whatsoever, I would already have an outcome in my head, whether it was what they were going to talk about or what they were going to answer or reply to me or not, and I had no reason to have that. And so I'm thinking about this with packing for a snowmobile trip, or you take any trip, vacation with your family, you're going on whatever to the beach, you take 12 of one thing, 20 of the other. I might need this, and, a compass and flashlights and a spatula, and I'm going to take this, I better pack this globe on my trip to Idaho because I don't know, I might need it. So with that, I was like, man, how much stuff do I pack in my truck through the whole season of the winter? I'm like, ooh, that's a nice strap. I might need it. I'm going to throw it in. That's a nice blah, blah, blah. I'm going to throw it in. Oh, I might need this jug. I'm going to throw that in. And then sooner or later, you got so much stuff in your truck or on your back or on your sled or wherever you're going, or in your suitcase or in your backpack or whatever it may be. You're taking way too much stuff. And don't get me wrong, I'm number one grade A over-prepared person. That's me. I like to have it all. I like to know the outcome. I like to know a lot of things before I get into that situation, and I spend, maybe a little too much time preparing for it. But when all I had to do was sit back and say, what do I need to take this exact task on right now, and am I prepared to do it? So just because I put 1,000 things in my truck and I'm getting ready to go, and I got 1,000 things in my suitcase and I got 1,000 things in my backpack, it doesn't mean I'm going to be ready for that trip. It doesn't mean I'm going to be ready for that meeting. It doesn't mean that I'm prepared for that conversation, because I'm taking a lot of stuff that I may or may not need from past experiences, past thoughts, and I'm taking it into that conversation. And there's a whole big world tied behind this and behind it and everything. And I'm not really an expert on the situation to go into that too deeply, but I just know that a lot of times I've taken too much stuff into a conversation with me, and it was unnecessary. Yeah, right. We all do. I hear you, Scott. I hear you. Trust me, that's what I'm talking about, because I've been there. I pack all summer long for the first trip, and then I leave half of it and I don't use the other. Anyway, they take this into conversations with you from previous experiences, and then you got a preconceived notion of the outcome already. Maybe drop some. What is something here? Let's do this. Let me throw a question up. Since I don't have a guest, I got to talk to my audience. So how you doing? Scott's on. Shane's still on. Good. What do you take into a conversation? So say you were gonna go ask. We'll just make it easy. You're going to go ask your employer for the day off because it snowed, and when you go in there, and I guess it depends on your situation, when you go into that conversation, you're already like, he's probably going to say no because we got a crap load of stuff to do, but he doesn't understand the importance of whatever it may be. So here's the question is, do you take preconceived notions into conversations with you, and how does it affect you either way? If you got an answer to that, drop it in the comments. I'd appreciate that. This is just kind of a freestyle show. I'm going strictly off the cuss because I've been hanging live, busy as shit this week. We all get busy. Stuff happens. Guilty. But anyway, taking that stuff in, packing your stuff, packing too much into conversations. That's what I kind of wanted to talk about. So if anybody wants to jump in, sit in this spot right here next to me and talk a little bit about that, I'd sure appreciate it. If not, I'll just go on for a few more minutes about what I got going on, where's it going, and what may be in it for you, if that's the case. Can you feel me? Can you hear me? I got 5 people on still. That's cool. I love it. So anyway, it's Christmas, 5 days away. Dude, I'll break a little honesty for you. I've been so tied in with what I got going on with work, what I got going on with my online stuff, and then what I got going on with my move, that I'm like, oh man, it's 5 days till Christmas. I don't even have a tree. I don't even know where my decorations are. I mean, like, my Tegan was like, Dad, when are we gonna get a tree? And I'm like, well, we got today and tomorrow, and then yeah, so I'm gonna get a tree yesterday, I think. So I'm a big Christmas guy. I put lights out on the house. Christmas is a huge family tradition. We've always done great things for it. Huge family time. My grandpa. That's what I want to talk about. Maybe next episode is relevance of sledding, business, and my grandpa. Huge there. Anyway, Christmas was a huge thing for me, but now I'm like, it's not so big anymore, and it kind of crushes me, makes me sad a little bit. Family spread out, time spread thin, and I'm not making it a priority. So anyway, who's talking to myself now? I think got 4 people on here too. Who's still on here? Drop some fire, drop some love, hop on the seat. Let's talk. What have we got going on? Talk about your snow conditions. We're open. open table right now. We don't even got to talk about mindset. We don't got to talk about vision. We don't got to talk about checking your load. Come on, man. Maybe if I just stay on long enough, Facebook would be like, put some people on this show. Mike's on. What's up, brother? Thanks for your service, man. Dude's crushing it in law enforcement. Mike, if you want to hop on, I'd love to have you on. We can bullshit for a minute. Anyway, back to checking your load. Make your own decorations, I guess, huh? I was actually going over the other night. I was talking to Tegan. I'm like, how can we make a tree? I'm like, what if we took one of our moving boxes and poked a bunch of holes in it in the shape of a tree? He's like, yeah, that would be fun. So who knows? If you see a picture come up with a cardboard box with some Christmas lights poked through it in the shape of the tree, it's just because we're going off the emotion. Had to do a call. Just want to say, hey, brother, well, appreciate that, man. Take a safe call. Be safe tonight. Be safe over the holidays. And again, thank you for being a service. You want to ride today? Probably not in this little network, Mark. I wish I could. How much snow did Rosie get? Or you didn't go? You might not have went to Rosie, but Tahoe City, lake level. We got like 3 inches in Fallon, which is crazy. It never usually snows that much here when it doesn't snow in Reno. Anyway, checking your load. Got to get back to that. Try to provide some value. Scatterbrain driven tonight. Apologize. Show off my new digs. This is where it'll be. Put a picture here. Really? I was going to go Christmas shopping tomorrow. We'll see. Anyway, I ain't got much tonight. I hope everyone has a great Christmas. I hope you're having fun. I hope you're doing everything you want to do, and I hope you're happy with every single day. Because when you feel good, you do good, and you flat out have more fun with life when you're feeling good. Last thing I wanna do here, if nobody wants to hop on, last thing I'm gonna do is leave you with something that I wrote down, and I just kind of went across it when I was trying to scramble to get some stuff ready for this show. I had some great conversations this week. It was a killer week, big week. I love it. Yeah, drops it every time. EJ's a man. Anyway, I wrote this down a couple weeks ago when I was kind of looking not only for where I want to take Driven, but where I want to move my brand and my personal vision that I have to create. And the thing I came down to is reach out and ask for what you want. So with that, it kind of, so I was trying to think, I'm like, what type of people can I focus on to get on Driven? What type of people do I think the people that watch Driven would like to hear from? And I'm like, wow, like, how am I going to ask that guy to come on here? How am I going to ask so-and-so to come on here? And it's been working so far, but there's like 10 people that I'm like, yeah, that I want to be able to have a conversation with those guys and ask them not only, I don't care so much about the business behind how they did what they've done. I want to talk about all the crap they went through before they were the Brad's Backcountry Adventure. Like, dude's been putting in work for 20 years, but people are like, he just has all the nice sleds and people just give him everything. Well, no, he put in a hell of a lot of work his entire life before that to get to that point. And it's not just a Brad's Backcountry Adventure. There's a lot of key businessmen inside of sledding that don't even have sled related companies that are absolutely crushing it as family men, as businessmen, and then put out tons of good sledding content and do get to ride and do all the things they enjoy doing. 6 feet of snow! Let's go to Washington! I just saw a report. They're going to get like 3 more days of snow, and then it's going to get cold and blower at the end of it. Like, what? Gotta hit the road. Too much work right now. What's up, John, man? Thanks, brother, for coming on. Anyway, there's tons of guys, that's what I'm saying. Funny, John comes on here. There's tons of guys outside of just sled-specific industries that are absolutely crushing it in life, in business, and in sledding. They get to do all, and there's more than one way to crack an egg, really. You're always going to wind up with a cracked egg, but there's more than one way to do it. And whether it's a sled-specific business, like take any of the name brands, Climb or Motorfist or whatever, yes, those are sled-based businesses, but there's so many people out there that fight fires, that have construction companies, asphalt companies, telecommunications, lawyers, doctors, and there's a central theme around light. And take Mark, for instance, lighting and staging. He's done his stuff in the Navy. He's done his stuff in all aspects of the world. Jeff's on. What's up, Jeffrey? That guy can drop some business bombs on you. He's been running a business since he was like 4, I think. How long? Hey, Jeff, you're on. You're listening. You may or may not want to drop a comment, but how long have you been operating a business? Honest question. Honest answer. I bet he was 4 or 5 years old because he's been raising livestock his whole life. But business owner, Air Force. I'm sorry, Mark. Air Force. There's tons of people in the sledding community that have been killing it for years, and they've all picked up nuggets, and they've all gathered information, and they've all failed, they've all won, and then here I am. I've been a traditional worker, employee for a long time, and I've succeeded in that aspect of my life. I've always been promoted. I've always had good rapport with the people I've worked with. There's people that I've butted heads with along the way, but I've always climbed my way up and climbed my way up and climbed my way up. And that's cool, but it wasn't going to provide me with what I wanted and where I wanted to see my life go in the long term. So I had to kind of create some new things, pick up some new skills, and learn some new trades to be able to do that. And I'm utilizing, technology, I'm utilizing online, and I'm building a brand around myself and driven, and the people that are also driven with me, I also want to do the same thing for them. Priscilla Jenkins, doing great tonight. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Merry Christmas. I hope you're warm, snowy, and cold everywhere, so keep the fire going, you know what I'm saying? So that driven, I want to talk to everybody. It's not really, if you have a preconceived notion of what driven is, like, just trust me. I want to talk to you. I want to learn from you. I want the people that watch this show to be able to learn from you as well. And yeah, so that's driven on Wednesday night when I'm moving. Episode 3. Check your load. Don't take more stuff on the mountains than you need because it's just extra weight. And you can do this metaphorically too. Don't take extra stuff into a conversation with somebody because it's just more weight that they're going to have to overcome to be able to talk to you. It's more weight that you're going to have to overcome on the mountain than you really needed to deal with. And it's funny how to tie these things in. I was thinking about this a little bit today. We had a cool meeting at the power generation company I work for. The director was actually pouring out his vision for 2018, and it was so cool because a lot of the online community and business that I do business with, a lot of it operates off the vision and the ability to show somebody exactly what it is, where it's going, and what's in it for them. And then here is my real company, traditional brick and mortar, if you will. We work in the renewable industry. We make green power, and we have solar, wind, all that. Anyway, the director was talking about his vision of where he wants to take our company as a whole and be able to get to where it wants to go, and then what's in it for us along the way. And he's hitting these things, and I'm like, I know what book you read. I know what book you were reading when you read that because I read it too. And he's like, it was a super great day. Anyway, so that was pretty cool. Gotta know your vision. That's right, John, wise man. Thank you, brother. This is an uber freestyle driven night. This will be. It may go down as best ever or worst ever, but we'll see. But I've been busy. What do I do? Anyway, I'm having fun, doing good, feeling good. I hope everybody's doing good too. I'm I don't know. If nobody wants to hop on tonight, I'm not going to take a bunch more of your time. I know your time's valuable. There's lots of good stuff to be doing on your Wednesday night. So, in the long term, don't base your opinion on this show off this one alone. I do hope to provide value, and I am getting back into my routine now. I got most of my things kind of sorted out. I'm still missing a few notebooks, but I know what backpack they're in. I just don't know where the backpack is. So, yeah. Anyway, hopefully next week I can find that. Bring them on, Mike. What's up, Mike? Thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping by. We're talking checking your load, we're talking snow conditions, and then I'm just kind of talking. So anyway, that's where it is, what it's going, what's in it for you. Hopefully you pop on one of these times, maybe get some value from this. Maybe what I know and what I've talked about kind of speeds one of your processes up in your learning curve, or best case scenario, maybe I know somebody that you don't know and we can connect the dots that way, and it will help you in your life, business, or whatever it may be. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to network. I'm here to have fun, and I'm here to kind of transition somebody's, if they're open for it, transition your mindset from, hey man, I'm just going to let life happen to me. I'm going to hope I get to go sled on the weekend, to, hey, I'm going to do everything I can all year long and do as much as I can so I can have the lifestyle that I want to have. People's Network is incredible. It's the only, I love it, man. I feel you. Drop some fire on that one if you like that. People's Network is incredibly powerful, and you know, our network, you want to increase your net worth, you got to increase your network, they say. I see it as make as many connections as you can, be real, be transparent, be authentic, and then you know, from that relationship that you can develop with somebody in any way or shape or form, you know, hopefully you can lift each other up and bring each other up another level. And maybe if you're down, maybe you know, throw out a hand there, pick them up and boost them up a little bit. So, not much on Driven tonight. I don't know. No good quotes, except for the one I wrote down to myself. Reach out and ask for what you want. It's the only way you're going to go get it in life. Nobody's just going to walk by and hand you what you need. You got to go out there and ask for it. And by ask for it, I don't mean, hey, give me $100. I mean, hey, what can I do today to help you to maybe, if you see value from that, I'll get $100 out of it. You know what I'm talking about. Dwayne, yeah, right. Lightning bolts. Love it. All right, guys. Have a great night. I love you all. Thank you so much for coming on. Again, tomorrow night we're going to try to throw up a Driven again, where a couple of people I do business with they were in a Tony Robbins event all day today, so I'm going to bring them on and see if I can get some value from them. So I hope that works out, and if it doesn't, we'll see you around the way. Thank you guys for coming on tonight. Driven is your internet energy drink, and I don't know where I wrote down the other thing, but be driven, be inspired, be driven. Maybe? Anyway, thank you guys. Have a great night.